Looking to find that next job, that next client? Where do you find them? And when you find them, how do you connect with them? Find out more. Welcome to the WorkHARDAholic Show with your host, the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford, author, speaker, and small business consultant for over 20 years, helping you to work hard, play harder, and business better. Hello, and welcome back to the WorkHARDAholic Show with your favorite WorkHARDaholic and small business consultant, Shirley Crawford. Okay, today, here's the deal. I am very fascinated by the fact that we are officially in the final quarter of the year. All right. And so for those of you who are out there watching football or whatever sports you like, you get to the end and you're like, okay, this is what we've got to do to seal the deal. Well, we've also, especially from an entrepreneurial, a business standpoint with regards to our careers, we've also got to be thinking not just about closing out this year, but what are we setting up for next year? All right. So as I look at all this, I've really been thinking about the fact that for some of you, there's going to be that annual review. For others of you, you're going to be looking at filing those taxes. How are you looking to finish well? Well, part of that is if you're setting a goal and it involves in any way, shape, or form people, you need to connect with them. And so I say this as the queen of the introverts. Right now, in all honesty, I would love to take these next 3 months. Don't tell anybody, but for real, I just want to go and hole up at a beach house and stay there till Christmas and then come out and celebrate with my family and get ready to start the new year all over again. Unfortunately, that's not the way this works. We've got real work to do, and so we need to make the right connections to get that work done. So, for those of you who know, I wrote this book some time ago all about connectivity matters in partnership with Susan Nolan. Hi, Susan. And so I was thinking about that book, that information, and how I could possibly share it with you all now at this pivotal point in your year, because we want to finish well, finish strong. And so here's the deal, especially for us introverts, and this applies to you extroverts as well, because some of you all come across like used car salesmen. I mean, that's the bottom line. So for those of us who want to be the wallflower to the other extreme of the person who is so far in everyone's face shoveling out your business card that no one takes you seriously, this is for you. So let's start off first and foremost. I want to make sure you're clear about why networking is important. And so I would hope that you already know, but just in case, we always like to make sure we start off from the same place. So first we go, well, what is networking? I'm going to give you, I love my definition. So let's just go straight from the dictionary. The action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts. Simple enough, right? So if you're looking for a job, you're looking for other information, 70% of most jobs are actually filled before they're even advertised through the network, through the individual's network. They're normally finding the person that they want. So then you're taking all this effort to apply for a job that's already been filled because they're required to post it. And so, but hey, do you begrudge them because they networked, they made the connections, they made themselves seen and heard? Or are you ready to do better with your networking so that it can be you in the next case? I have on many occasions, especially recently, have people to call me like, Shirley, I know you're happy where you are, but got this gig. Do you want it? And at this point, I am highly unemployable. I am totally an entrepreneur. Working for someone else is really a difficult thought for me. But for the rest of you, look at that. If I could tell you how many jobs have been offered to me, and then people are not trying to figure out, if I'm qualified. They're trying to figure out what dollar amount, what incentive, what benefit it'll take to get me on board. Those are the conversations I have because I am networked and connected. And I want you to be the same. Right. And so I do this whole seminar and session and it's basically, is your network not working? And so I'm just sharing with you all just a part of that. And so a lot of times we think now, because we're in this social media age, that connecting in person, networking in person is irrelevant. And so I love my data. I got to geek out with my information. And there's this whole study that was done, and it shows that as far as people making face-to-face connecting, that when it came to finding a job, it came down to 46% traditional networking. That meant getting up if you're in Richmond and going to the MBL meeting, going to the chamber meeting, getting out there face to face and seeing people, and then connecting. And then 25% was through internet job boards, 14% was through an agency or recruiter, and then there, 15 other percent, there's some other random things. But that should keep you in mind that it's not just a matter of saying, oh, I'm going to go onto LinkedIn, which is an amazing place to connect. But LinkedIn should be a warm connect. It's a way for you to get in front of someone or someone that you saw speak at an event, you saw out and about, and then you spoke to them, you had a moment to say, hi, I'm so-and-so, so they can identify with you, and then you're going onto LinkedIn. Then you're cyber stalking in a very professional and safe way, okay? That's the way that works. Or even with LinkedIn, to find that warm lead of, let me see who they know that I know. That's what that's for. So either way, it's still leading back to that traditional networking, that traditional one-on-one, in-person connection, that nothing else beats that. No matter how we try, no matter what we do, nothing beats that. Okay, so while we're together today, I really want to give you all some really big, in-depth tips on how to network, and we're going to see how much of this I can cover. If not, you know what? There's a book. You can buy it, or check back in if you're really just like, waiting for more. Drop us a line and let us know. So we're going to talk about the how you network, who you network, work with, where, when. We talked about a little about the why, and even the what. Okay, so we're about to take a little commercial break, but don't worry, we're going to come back and dig in a little bit further about how to network, even if you're like me, an introvert. All right, right back after this commercial break.
Wouldn't it be convenient and safe to communicate with your dentist, pediatrician, medical doctor, or mental health professional anywhere you are without actually traveling to our medical centers?
Well, you can with a televisit at your local Capital Area Health Network. Call us at 780-0840 or
go to cahealthnet.org.
Find out how a televisit may be your best option. We are the Capital Area Health Network, the heart of the community.
Listen, Attorney Alex Taylor is a soldier in a suit, defending anyone with criminal charges, DUIs, and more. Call Alex Taylor, your soldier in a suit, at 804-500-5000.
I'm Alex Taylor. Don't face your criminal charges alone. Put a former prosecutor with 30 years of experience on your side. Let me show you how a soldier fights for your freedom.
Call 804-500-5000 or go to alextaylorlaw.com.
Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. And coming up next, we have financial news you can use from Lawrence Roberts.
Hello, I'm Lawrence Roberts with financial news you can use. Today, I want to talk to you about something that everybody thinks they need to do right away or whenever is on people's mind, investing. But before we get to investing, what this is about is, what is your financial mindset? Do you have a healthy financial mindset? Okay, what is that really? Finances and your money can be emotional because we're tied to it. Sometimes we're tied to it very emotionally, okay? I'm going to read some things to you because I don't want you to miss any of this good information I'm going to put out to you, okay? Your money mindset is very important, and it's linked to your savings and spending results. And if you don't believe that, we hope you will. And at the end, when we finish, okay, this is going to come to you really quick, shortly. Not a whole lot, but pay attention. I don't want you to miss anything. Your money, emotions, your financial past, becoming financially illiterate, developing a strategy, and preparing for when things don't go your way. As much as we like things to go our way, and as important as we are, things don't always go our way. I don't care how you say it. Even me, things don't always go my way, but such is life. Are we in a position to adjust? That's having a good financial mindset, okay? What emotions come up when you think about your finances? Happiness, frustration, sadness, shame, comfort, or fear? Yes, fear, because you know that rent's due the first of the month and you just spent it, or a good part of it. Or you have rent money, but you may not have money to eat. It could be fear. Sometimes when you're living from check to check, that fear is real, okay? Most people feel fear or shame around their finances. You could have fear around not being able to afford your bills, not being able to pay off your student loans, or losing your job. All those things are real. That's what's having a good financial mindset. How are you prepared for those changes, okay? Most of us feel financial anxiety at some point. We've all been there. Yes, I've been there too. But I'm not there now. And that's why I want to help you so that we can get past that and have a better financial mindset. Because having a good financial mindset allows you to do other things. It makes life easier. It makes you able to do different things. It makes you able to enjoy your finances a lot more. Because you work hard for your money, you should be able to enjoy it. That's what this is about, okay? Changing your emotions. How do you change your emotions about your finances around a narrative of money? Because sometimes they mention the word money. Some people are stingy with their money. Are they really being stingy, or they just don't have the money? Or they're worried about, are they being stingy and they're just, hey, they've been through something in the past. They don't want it to happen again. That's what that's about sometimes. Don't always criticize that person for being stingy, because their emotions, like I said, is tied to their finances. They could have been through something in the past where they didn't have the money. And now they're like, look, we're not having that happen again. I make sure I have my money so that if something happens, I know I'm going to be able to do X, Y, Z and not depend on someone else. Okay? Accepting the past, getting financially literate, developing a strategy, preparing for failure. All these things are very important as you look at a good financial mindset. That's what this is about. I love to sit down and talk to you about having a good financial mindset, because having a good financial mindset will allow you to do more, allow you to invest more, save more, have more, be able to do more with your finances, because you know what your money is doing. There's some people that have no clue what they're spending from month to month. Where are you? Where are you in this financial mindset? Where are you in your finances? All these things, when we talk about your finances, are important. That is why we need to sit down and talk so we can go to that next level on your finances to make you better financially and healthier financially. Again, I'm Lawrence Roberts with financial news you can use from New York Life. You can reach me at 804-746-3714, and I look forward to talking to you.
All right, so you got the invite, and it's saying, hey, we're having an event. The chamber's putting on something. You get into a room, and then what happens? So here's the deal. For those of you who don't know, I am here in Richmond, VA, and so we have lots of chambers and organizations and groups. Some are amazing, some are not so amazing, and they're amazing for different reasons. So, for example, I'll talk about, and I'll say by name, I really don't mind, the Chesterfield Chamber of Virginia. Used to be like super amazing, and I'm going to tell you why. So what happens is you walk into the room. They normally host a bunch of luncheons and seminars. The luncheons in particular, you're going to come to a table, and there are going to be about 8 people at the table. One of those people is going to be an ambassador for the chamber, and their job is to make sure that you're connecting with the other people at the table. So you're going to have a moment that's actually set aside during the luncheon to hand out your business card to every person at the table. You all pass them all around. You get to do an introduction, and the ambassador makes sure that you're connected into the group. So that means that's at least 6 people, not including the ambassador, that you've now connected with. A lot of times you go to an event, for you to connect with 6 new people takes an amazing amount of work. So that's one of the reasons why I was always a fan of like the Chesterfield Chamber when they were doing all that. On the other end of that, we have the Richmond Chamber of Commerce, which is one of the larger chambers that we have in the metropolitan Richmond area, in part because some of the other areas, like in Rico County and others, actually just don't have their separate chamber. They connect in with Richmond. So here's why that type of organization is amazing. The Richmond Chamber can get any of our Fortune 500 companies that are in the area. Every large company can be in the same room with you. You can be a one-man show, you can be a wantrepreneur who just got started with your idea and be put in a room with the president of Dominion Energy. Be put in the room with the president of VCU. You can be in that room and you can get access by proximity to almost anyone that you have wanted to reach in the business community in the metropolitan Richmond area. What's the drawback? They don't provide you that ambassador. They don't make those connections. They're not going to hold your hand and say, hey, who are you looking to meet? How are you looking to connect? Let me bring you to so-and-so. They don't do that. They have lots of seminars and sessions and groups, and they can get you in the room. But then once you're in the room, you're on your own. So both of these have their benefit, and you have to know exactly what you need and where you're looking for it. So that's how you first start off the process of how are you going to network. Then here's the thing. You get into the room, you get in front of that person that you want to speak with, but what do you have to say? Outside of the fact that you should always have your pitch available, there's some keys that you want to know about that conversation, right? So one of the things I've always learned, that I have learned, and that I know to be true, is that people are generally narcissistic. It's a bottom line. Like, who doesn't like to talk about themselves? I don't always like to talk about myself. But still, if you get me on the right topic, I'm going to go all the way off. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to be so enthused that you have to shut me up so that I don't lose you in the midst of my deep dive into the thing that I'm passionate about. It applies to almost anyone. I say almost because there's always an exception to the rule. But for the most part, it applies to anyone. So what you want to do is, one, yes, have that minute or less. I prefer 30 second, elevator pitch done and ready. Have way for someone to access you. I currently use a digital business card. I still have some paper ones around here, but I love to have my QR code. People can scan it. So that happens very quickly. But the deal is, how do you even get someone to even want to scan? How do you get someone to even want to engage in conversation? How do you get them talking? Well, my number one tip is that it starts with a question. It's just that simple. You ask a question and then, check this out, you actually listen for the answer. Believe it or not, this does not happen very much. Most people ask you a question because they want to show you how brilliant they are. So they're asking you a question that they're an expert on. So they have a chance to jump in. But, well, of course. Well, when I did that or when I created that project, is that you? Is that you? Well, I'm sorry. We hate that about you. Please fix that. Okay? Learn how to listen. And then not only are you listening, you're not listening to have a rebuttal. You're listening for the content. People will tell you everything you want to know. So you're like, I really want to have a contract with XYZ. You come in contact with the buyer for XYZ. You come in contact with one of the executives from XYZ, even one of the employees. And if you're listening, they'll tell you everything you need to know. They'll tell you what's going right with the company, what's going wrong with the company, what are they missing, what do they need. People will always tell you exactly what you need to know if you are listening. And so it's amazing what a novelty it is to encounter someone who actually listens. It's amazing. So I realized, I recognized some time ago that part of the reason why I get so many people around me is because I do listen. And sometimes I don't even want to, but I'm just like, they're talking, it's from their heart, and I'm listening. And I also glean all kinds of information. I have people come to me and talk to me all the time. Okay, so if you're figuring out like, well, I'm not, no, I am, but you're saying you're not that type of person. People don't talk to you, or oftentimes you're not hearing what they're saying. I'm going to give you 4 ways that you can better make that connection, right? Whenever I'm engaging with someone, the first thing I'm looking for is something to compliment. And I'm not being, disingenuous or insincere. It's my nature, actually, but it's something I've trained myself to do, especially as an introvert. I'm looking to see what can I compliment. I love those shoes. I love that earring, that bag, their presentation. Sometimes you can look at someone and just see their presence and you can feel it. Find something to compliment. Okay? After you've gotten past the compliment, find a place of sincere curiosity. Like, I have a fascination about tattoos. I don't like them. I mean, I don't want one. But I'm so fascinated with like what draws someone to have one. What is it about? What does it mean? And I am sincerely curious about that. So it becomes an entryway to a conversation. And I'm here to tell you, tattoos in particular are really a statement of someone's internal being and purpose. So when you connect in with that, you can learn so much about someone simply by asking about a tattoo. Enrichment is what? I forget now. Were we number 1 for tattoos? I forget that standing. It's been a few years. Okay, there are 2 more I want to share with you, but they're going to have to wait. So just hold tight. We'll be right back.
Life can be a struggle. Find hope, healing, and answers at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place to encounter God through uplifting worship, singing, prayer, the preach word, and fellowship. One step can change your life. One step could shift your destiny. There has never been a better time to take that step than now. Come be our guest every Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place where you belong.
Wouldn't it be convenient and safe to communicate with your dentist, pediatrician, medical doctor, or mental health professional anywhere you are without actually traveling to our medical centers?
Well, you can with a televisit at your local Capital Area Health Network. Call us at 780-0840 or
Go to cahealthnet.org.
find out how a televisit may be your best option. We are the Capital Area Health Network, the heart of the community.
Listen, Attorney Alex Taylor is a soldier in a suit, defending anyone with criminal charges, DUIs, and more. Call Alex Taylor, your soldier in a suit, at 804-500-5000.
I'm Alex Taylor. Don't face your criminal charges alone. Put a former prosecutor with 30 years of experience on your side. Let me show you how a soldier fights for your freedom.
Call 804-500-5000 or go to alextaylorlaw.com.
In honor of the Women's Business Center RVA 5-year anniversary, the countdown is on. Ladies, it's time for the WBC RVA Toolkit, starting in October. You don't want to miss it. It means every Thursday your co-work, not for free, but it's included. So that's co-working every Thursday. Each month there's 1 seminar and 1 group coaching. So all day Thursday you can come hang out here at the Women's Business Center RVA, and it's just $25 a month. Tell them about it, Joanne.
Yes. And a couple of the topics that we will be talking about, discussing and reviewing and going through are starting a business the right way, because we do want to start off the right way. We're also going to talk about a business model canvas and how your company creates value for its customers. Also goal setting, which is very important. Finances, even developing your pitch, also social media distribution and content, and much, much more. So we are excited about seeing you there. So you can register today at wbcrva.com.
See you in October. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, today we're really discussing networking, because if your networking is not working, then you need these tips, because if you want the next contract, if you want the next relationship, if you want the next promotion, you need to be able to know who to connect with and how to connect with them when you do it. So right now we've been talking about the how to network, and I have these 4 C's that I teach. And so I've shared 2, I'm going to share 2 more. So the first one is, if you're looking to make a connection with someone and you're an introvert, or you are a person who talks entirely too much about yourself and therefore don't know how to make that sincere connection, 4 C's that will never lead you astray. The first one I already mentioned is compliments. The second one is to share a sincere curiosity. The third one is chemistry. I walk into a room and I normally look for the compliment or the chemistry first. You can put the C's in whatever order you like. But the chemistry for me is sometimes I walk into a room and I just feel connected to someone. And so in this day and age, we try to overlook that, like that sounds hokey, but no, really, like I walk into, I'm like, oh, that person just looks like someone that I could be friends with. Oh, that person just looks like someone that, maybe we could work on a project. Something about them is speaking to me, and I go with it. I go research it. Or if I see someone and I have that sincere curiosity, I go with that as well. So you start engaging in the conversation. I mentioned about the compliment and the sincere curiosity. In the sincere curiosity, I'm actually looking for commonalities. Like, what do I and this person have in common? Did we go to the same school? Go Dukes! That's right, JMU, all day. Or do we both have a fascination with the beach or something? Those commonalities create a sincere connection, not something that's manufactured or insincere or unrealistic or something that you can't maintain. That's really important because if you're developing a relationship, that means I'm going to see you again in a month. Maybe we're going to have coffee or tea, or maybe we're going to do a project together, or maybe I'm going to keep you in my Rolodex so that I can share information with you in the future. But if the connection was fake, it won't last. It'll be hard to develop and even harder still to keep. Okay, so our time is dwindling, and that's because I'm trying to squeeze in with you all a 2-hour seminar into just a few minutes. But I'm going to give you the highlights, and it'll give you enough that you can go do your homework to start making the right connections for you, for your business, for your future. Okay, so talking about the how do you network? So I have this general blueprint that once again, it's in the book, but it's one of the things that I always go by. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm a great networker and I am such the introvert. I have to prepare. Introverts out there, are you out there? You feeling my pain? I know you are. I have to prepare when I'm about to go network. Like I have to prepare information and prepare myself mentally and emotionally, because I know that the interaction is going to drain me. So as we always say for introverts, we charge by being alone. Extroverts, you all get excited about being around other people. So when you're not around people, you're drained. So we work from opposite ends, trying to come to the same conclusion. So these tips and tools that I'm talking about, they can work for either of you, but you just have to apply them. So I was talking about the blueprint. It's what we call the 3 Ps, the general networking strategy. We can speak English. And so it comes down to preparation, passion, and perception. So as I said before, I have to prepare. And so part of my preparation, in addition to making sure that my mind is like, okay, do my little dance, do my little song, I'm getting ready like I'm about to jump rope. Outside of that, I find out who's going to be there. Who's going to be at that event? Who's going to be at that activity? I have a bunch of techniques of what I do. I will go online and look at Facebook to see the event the last time. I'll go see who's on the board. I'll see who attended before. I'll see if there's a guest list that's public. I set a goal, right? So you know what your needs are. And so your need might just be to increase your brand awareness. It might be that you have a specific contract or you're looking for a promotion and you need to make a connection. Set goals. In my preparation, I standardly have to meet 5 people, 5 new people. And oftentimes I'll know who 2 of them are before I go. And I might leave the other 3 up. It just depends. It can go either way. Then when I get that person, when I get there and I start talking, we go into the other P of passion. So what do you love? I hope that you love what you do. I hope that you love your work. But a lot of times these days, your connection could be over your pet, if that's you, right? I'm trying to tell you, dog lovers and cat lovers and whatever other animals you have, people love to show you the photo. It used to just be their kids. Now it's all kinds of things. What is that thing that you love? And here's why that's important. If you get into a moment that you feel socially awkward or you're not sure what to talk about, whenever you can tap into your passion, whether you know it or not, your face lights up. We get to see the best you possible because your passion is like coming all over the place. But then you have to do something else, which is what I call perception. If you realize, especially in your passion point, that you could go on and on and on and on and on and bore people to death, even if they're interested right now, you have to learn how to curb yourself. So your perception is, are their eyes glazing over? Are they looking everywhere but at you? Look at that body language to know, hey, I'm about to say too much. And if they are doing the favor, so this is how you know people are engaged. They lean in towards you. Their eyes become more open. They even become more animated. You want to actually leave them there. Leave them anticipating, wanting, desiring more. That's when you've known that you were making the right connections and you're networking the right way. That's when you say, hey, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And you either share your business card or you can just ask, which is a polite thing to do. Would you like to exchange information? Most of the time, I don't even ask anymore. If people don't ask me for my information, I don't give it. But that's me. All right. So on that note, it's been a pleasure to share with you all about networking because we're going to close out this year strong and begin next year even stronger with a better network, better connections, and ready to level up in our business and in our lives. Alrighty then, until next time, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring. Ta-ta. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. 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 Thanks for tuning in to WorkHARDaholics. Support our show by following on YouTube and all major social media platforms at WorkHARDaholic. Until next week, happy entrepreneuring.